Okay, so I'm here with our shaper Sebastian Wenzel and product manager Daniel Aberle, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about the Falcon range this year. Sebastian, can you talk me through a little bit about the board?
Well, we spend a lot of time on these boards. It's a very technical project. A race board obviously has to be a very performing board. Dani's been joining us since last year. He helped me a lot developing these shapes. We carry over some shapes from the previous year, and we have a couple of new shapes that we're going to talk about, mainly the 99 and the 111. This is the 99, it's the latest one. Dani, what was your idea when you said we got to put something new in this shape?
I think we learned a lot from the last year's 90 liter, which we introduced new into the range. So we tried to make the same design concept into a 99 shape. So we sized the 90 a bit up to get a bit better upwind glide, as the top end speed was never a big issue in the past.
That's a complete new shape, featuring a V bottom shape with a slight double concave up the front all the way to the tail. No double concave here. Slight redesign on the cutouts. And one important fact on these boards is actually, if you hand me that straight edge for a sec, if you look closely here, you see a bit of tail release. This is not by accident, this actually needs to be there. This lets the board go really free, and the freer you go, the faster you are. Also, we have updated the trim, Dani. Tell us a little bit about it. The box, for example.
The box moved a bit forward, so we have that more lift. It's also helping a lot on the jibing, and especially coming out of the jibe, you get much more drive. Planing out of the jibe, so the whole concept is overall performing a bit better, and it's really good to hit the race course.
One thing you might notice as well, the recess got a bit redesigned. It's very smooth, so you don't notice it as much. It's still kind of nice and deep to give you a lot of control, blending nice into the deck shape. Also, we reworked the rails here, really comfortable, and allow you to put a lot of pressure on the board. We also did some work on the outline. We added a little bit more curve and area around the front foot strap. The board accelerates much nicer out of the jibe, and in general, Dani, I think this is really important, especially in a race. Jibing, if you don't get out there quickly, people will overtake you. So main feature, these boards are much quicker off the jibe and easier to jibe.
Okay, so just had some really interesting stuff from Sebastian and Dani about the board, and now I want to hear a little bit more from the big guys. These are our international World Cup team riders who are heavily involved in the R&D process. So Pierre, can you tell me a little bit more about this lower mast track position here on the board I'm noticing?
On all our board we have the lower mast track. It gives you a lot of control when you sail, and it's really nice when you jibe or take the planning. The deck is really smooth. So I recommend you, when you will use the board for the first time, to begin on the center, and after that you can, if you board fly a bit, go forward or go back if the board is a bit sticky. The position can change with the sail. With a bigger sail I will go back, and with a smaller sail I will go in the front.
Okay, so I've heard from Pierre a little bit more about the mast track setup. Now I want to hear from you, Matteo, how you tune these foot straps, what positions you're using on the board.
Yeah, I usually use in every board size the second hole from the back of the foot straps, but you can feel free of moving the foot straps wherever you feel it better. Especially if you feel the board sticky, you move it a bit backward, while if it's flying a bit too much, you move it forward.
Okay, what kind of funny looking board is this you got here, Sebastian? Looks like you've forgotten something on it.
Yeah, doesn't really look finished, yeah? But actually, this is how it works. This is our latest prototype on our 111 that we're going to release shortly. We always take a lot of time and money actually to develop these boards, so this is hopefully the last one that I have to make. Been running through a lot of prototypes on this. Quite some interesting new features. Like we said on the smaller board, you see the recess is actually even slightly bit deeper on the bigger board here. Very smooth, so when you're not planing, when you're getting out of the jibe, it's very easy and comfortable to stand on. Something noticeable. Also something you can see here we do on our bigger boards. is the foot pad. We actually lift it up a little bit in the tail area. Quite nice and comfortable. Gives you a lot of grip. Also in this, we've been playing a lot with different outlines. Wider, narrower, especially around the 2-foot mark. This area, Dani, what have you felt about this?
It's really important. We found out during our R&D process that a little bit wider outline at the 2-foot gives you a lot of power going out of the jibe and accelerating when you're covered by guys. So we worked a lot of that, and to reach the same top speed and overall performance you have to play on the tail design quite a bit. So we invested a lot of R&D and traveled around the world with our World Cup team and developed those beasts there.
One thing that you notice when you look at the rail shape, haven't really changed too much up the nose, but coming backwards you'll see that there's quite a full rail, and this actually gives you a lot of power, and you can really lock your foot in on this curve. All these rail curves I have in my computer, and I can lay them over each other, so if the guys say, oh, this feels a little flat or this is a little full, I copy those curves in there and I look. Sometimes only a couple of millimeters make a difference here, how comfortable you feel and how much grip you actually get. Looking at the bottom shape of this is a bit different than the board we saw before. We have a bit of V up the nose with a slight double concave. I don't know if the camera can catch that. It's not too deep, just slight, just makes the board go very easy through the shop. Helps you a little bit with the planing. Decreasing V from the center towards the tail. Goes into a very slight single concave to flat, and then off a nice release in the tail. Also here you can see slight bit of tail rocker here. Again, this is to free up the board. This is pretty much the last stage of the R&D on this board. Again, this is the most important size for our team riders. This is the board they use most in the World Cup. So obviously important for us to put a lot of effort into this to make sure the boys have the tools to win.
Okay, Matteo, I'm not much of a slalom sailor and I'm not going to be racing, but I'm looking for a board that I want to fly around fast on. Is this still right for me?
I think all the Falcon Slalom boards are really good for everybody that wants to go fast on the water, okay, with the ease of use. We focused not so much on the speed because the boards were already really fast, and it's really important to have like easy boards to be good in competitions, because you have to be relaxed and to be focused on the race much more than on the board. If you are focused on the board, then for sure you destroy your race. So our boards are really easy to jibe and easy on the course, so for sure they are really good also for the free riders that wants to go a bit faster than usual.
Okay, maybe I should take this one home with me then.
Yeah.
Hey, Sebastian, this board looks a lot like the Falcon, but it's blue. What's going on here?
Well, actually, you have a good eye. Maybe you should become a shaper, you know, if you can catch that. Normally, different color makes the shape look different. Actually, it is the same shape, you're right. Okay. Our rail line we offer as with a little bit of a different technology for somebody who doesn't really want to go for the full high-end technology construction on the Falcon. We offer our rays, which are exactly the same shape. They come from the exact same mold, so everything is the same. Foot strap position, fin box position, shape. Differences is?
The ray has two major topics. Actually, you also have an option. You have the more inside foot strap position, so it's easier.
An additional foot strap position.
Foot strap position, so it's easier for less advanced rider to get the ray going. And we also deliver a nicely CNC foil G10 fin to the rail, so you have a perfect quiver right away. Put the straps on.
Is that a full race fin or?
This is a full race fin,
wow,
which is a bit sized up, so it's a bit easier to use for random guys.
So it's a pretty good deal. You get the extra fin, you get additional foot strap positions, and you pay less.
You pay less, you get a perfect board in the latest shape design we got, with the fin, with the extra foot strap position, strap on and off you go.
So if somebody wants to look up the shape details, just check out the Falcons.